Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I wanted to make this special video on this one topic that I've been seeing come up. And I think there's a lot of people saying, well, why is this a big deal? Why is AT&T's stock dropping? So this video is going to explore the why behind the stock move. They've dropped roughly 8% in the last 2 days. Monday and Tuesday. If you're watching this, I'm recording this May 18th at 8 p.m. So we'll see what happens. You know, you never know. It could rebound. I doubt it, though, because of one reason. Point correctly. That one. Right there. 40% reduction in dividends. That's why the stock is dropping. But let's go to the why behind this. All right, so here is our little chart. Let's take a look at this. You see on Friday, we were at around 32.24. Actually, we were 32.24. And close of business today, Tuesday, May 18th, they're down 8.34%. They're hovering at 29.55, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that dropping a little bit more. Market cap is $210.99 billion. That's quite a bit, but they are down. I mean, look. Their high was at 33.88 right here. They're now sitting at just over $29.50. So if we go and look at this first article, you'll see that they're talking about, AT&T admits it made a terrible mistake. And that's because AT&T is getting rid of their Warner Media. Now, they bought Warner Media a few years ago. In fact, they also bought DirecTV, and it is a gigantic deal. Now, Discovery Channel is owned by another company. It's a separate organization. So AT&T would be spinning out Warner Media, and it would be merging with Discovery to create a gigantic company. Now, they're receiving a large amount of money for this, around $43 billion, and that will go towards their debt. So telecom giant AT&T announced Monday a deal to combine its content unit with Discovery, paving the way for one of Hollywood's biggest studios to compete with media giants. Now, this may be like, okay, they're getting $45 billion. That's a good amount of money. Why do we really care? Well, because in order to do that, they're having to get rid of some of their dividends. Now, AT&T stock has been known as the stock to own because it is stable. It's got a great dividend. Well, it did. It did have a great dividend. All right, so let's read this. It will lower its dividend payout ratio to 43% of cash flow. That translates into about $9 billion annually, down from $15 billion before. Now that's a huge difference. It's not half, but it's around 40% lower. Now that's a big deal because, like I said, most people invested in AT&T for the dividend. It wasn't a stock that you saw, oh, it's going to be huge growth, great. Yeah. No. Probably wasn't going to occur. Now, the other part of this, which is actually really interesting, is the fact that Discovery actually reached out to AT&T about possibly doing this. It's going to include HBO, Warner Bros., TNT, Discovery Channels, Food Network, Deadliest Catch. I mean, this is huge, guys. This is why it's dropping. Now, on the bright side, if you own AT&T stock, you are most likely, I don't know all the details, but AT&T shareholders will own, you will own part of it. So AT&T shareholders will own 71% of the combined media company, and Discovery investors will get 29%. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's probably going to be based on how many shares of stock you own as an AT&T shareholder, and you'll get a certain amount of that new company. But this is why the stock is dropping, because when you cut a dividend, it's going away. Now let's talk a little bit about the mistake. Now, they did two big deals. They bought Warner Media and they bought DirecTV. And they were trying to do some big, huge things. And AT&T was they were wrapping their tentacles around all different markets. And it didn't work out for them. And they've got a ton of debt. And unfortunately, that $45 billion they're getting from the sale is not going towards the shareholders. It's going to go toward paying off their debt. So not fun. Now here it is. You can see when they bought it, it actually increased and then it dropped off the cliff. And then it started hovering around there again. But it'll be interesting. Now the new company is going to be pretty big. I got to tell you, $52 billion in sales, $14 billion in adjusted EBITDA. That's really good. But I wouldn't be surprised if this new company is also going to do a dividend. But you never know. They may decide not to and instead invest that money in content, since literally what they do is content creation. And it's a cash intensive, company or, market. And that's all I got. I'll read this one last. It is rare that you see a management team and a board actually acknowledge so clearly that they made a terrible mistake and they're willing to undo it. I mean, they spent $175 billion for these assets. And 3 years later, they're unwinding those positions for, in theory, I guess, about $80 billion or so. Now, that's one heck of a loss, guys. I mean, that's around $100 billion that they lost when they decided to buy those two companies, and it just did not work out for them. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys tuning in. My name's Corey. This is the channel called Money Isn't Hard. Please remember, it's easy. You just got to take the time to learn it. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate you.